Yo, Pisces and Cancers, let's get it in. Let's get it in. This is your relationship forecast, beginning with the sun. The sun influences focus and concentration, right? So, the sun right now is in Libra, the sign of Libra. And Libra, the sign, is the expression of the focus and the concentration. So, if anything's to be expressed with you two, it's going to be how you foster relationships, how you nurture relationships, and how they become harmonious or how you work to make that happen, right? Whether you got to compromise, cooperate, what have you, you come to terms and agreements with that. So that's where the focus is, right? However, we got to remember that Libra is in two different houses for the two of you because you're not the same sign, all right? So I'm going to begin with Cancer. Libra is in the fourth house for Cancer, right? So I'm a Pisces, right? I'm going to be looking at this Cancer significant other, whether we're dating or we're together. We can't really quite be too sure right now, right? This is a little speculation thing that we're playing right now. But I'm going to be looking at the Cancer to be focused and concentrating on nurturing and fostering these harmonious relationships for the intent of domestic life, whether it's a family, having children together, or just having a home together, or just building a nest egg for later on in life. You know what I'm saying? Just having that security blanket to have enough financial investments that you can live on whatever it is that you're focusing, you're concentrating on now. And in order for Cancer to do this, they need to nurture these types of relationships. Me being a Pisces and I know this information, I understand that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then Cancer, what I do is, right, I look at my Sun in Libra, and I say, okay, well, what house is the Sun in Libra for me as a Pisces? And that is the 8th house. So now I'm thinking about how I can have sex in your home. You see how that goes? Because Sun is in Libra and works for the 4th house for you. It works in the 8th house for me as a Pisces and all the Pisces out there. You know what I'm saying? It's not the only thing in the 8th house, but it's a factor, right? So we got the 8th house that represents sex, but it also represents occult. It also represents transformation, and it also represents other people's money too. So I left that out in a few of the other horoscopes that I've done thus far. But it is an important factor of being able to manage other people's money, budget it, and move it around and stuff like that. Very important when it comes to relationship building as well. So I should start including those in the rest of the horoscopes. But you get what I'm saying, right? 8th house does rule over those things. Therefore, you know, a Pisces is going to be looking at how they can actually utilize the knowing of your focus and where it's at and still be able to pin it to where theirs is at and see how that can make sense. So, you know, it's like you can make a new equation based upon this. And it's just like the simplest equation to make is 4th house, 8th house, sex, 4th house, home, having sex in a home. You know what I'm saying, Cancer? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? We can make it do what it do. But not to be too sexual about this and keep it fit. Man, it's fair. And let me stop saying let's not keep it fair. It's fucking Libra season. Of course it's fair. So let me cut the shit. Let me cut the shenanigans, right? It is what it is, y'all. So that's where the focus and the concentration is. But let's be clear, right? Although Libra is an expression of building relationships, it takes two to tango, right? So there has to be some interacting there. So it does not necessarily mean that Pisces is interacting on sex and things of that nature unless they choose to interact. It takes two, right? So the same with Cancer. It doesn't mean that they're actually building a home with people until they begin the expression of Libra, which is nurturing these relationships. And this could be a relationship with people at work. It could be a relationship with people in the public arena. It could be a relationship with just your neighbors, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But the intent and the result is going to be the 4th house for Cancer. It's going to be a sex life for Pisces. It's going to be balancing other people's money for Pisces. And it's going to be something that can transform them into a new human being. It's like a snake shedding its skin for a new one. You understand what I'm saying? Scorpio 8th house rules over reptiles anyway. So, but my point here is the sun is just the focus, right? It's the luminary that influences focus. Mercury, on the other hand, which we're going to get into now, is the planet that influences communication. It influences learning, and it influences the processing of information. So let's be clear that Mercury is the sun's assistant. Therefore, all of the things that's going to be communicated about, or if you choose to do so. Remember, the planets doesn't force you, it just influences. So if you choose to communicate, if you choose to learn, and you choose to process information, the two of you, based upon what you're focusing on and where Mercury is in the zodiac wheel right now, which is in Virgo, you will see how that will assist your focus and concentration of where it's at now. 4th house, Libra, relationships for you, Cancer. 8th house, relationships for you, Pisces. And you will even see this moreover when Mercury goes into the sign of Libra come October 11th. Okay? You'll see how a rollover effect actually takes place because you're already focusing on a house that's ahead of Mercury. Okay, so Mercury is just playing catch up, and by the time it gets there, it's going to fall into place. It's going to fall in alignment should you did this effectively, right? And you're going to see how the relationship gets better and gets stronger when it comes time to communicate with each other, should you choose to do so again, of course, right? And you'll be able to learn from that as well once the planet Mercury gets into the sign of Libra, because it's going to be based upon relationships. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be catching up. It's going to be playing catch up. You're going to see a rollover effect, and it's going to all align. You know what I mean? But back to where Mercury is in the sign of Virgo. For Cancer, it's in your 3rd house, which is about community, communication, and commute. Short distance commutes, right? Your vehicle, your skateboard, however you choose to do it. Now, we could also talk about community. We could talk about it in the likes of online communities as well. That is a thing now. You know what I'm saying? So you make it fit in how it's supposed to fit in. All right? There's a lot of long distance relationships going on out there now. And there's a lot of, long distance relationships now. You know what I mean? The internet. But just want to make that a point too. You know what I mean? But the expression here, which is significant, is the sign Virgo. So you'll be influenced, to communicate and learn and process your thoughts based upon where your focus is. But the expression is Virgo, so you might be doing a lot more analyzing and assessing, critical thinking, using discretion, discriminating based upon the intent, the result, which is the 3rd house. Who should be a part of my community? Who should I communicate with in my community? How good is the relationships that I have in my community now? Can they be better? Should I get new ones? Or should maybe I don't like my immediate proximity, therefore I'm online more and I'm building an online community because I don't really gel well with the people that I'm around. You know what I mean? And everybody can't just pick up and go whenever they want. You know what I'm saying? It's just not like that. And Cancer, for you, with the sun being in the 4th house, you may be thinking about that too. Like, well, my focus is on the 4th house, my home, domestic life, and I might just don't got it right now to pick up and go. You know what I mean? So maybe this online community or just searching out people in my community can effectively result in me, having a better domestic situation should I choose to do so later on down the line. Remember, 4th house is about later on down the line anyway. You know what I mean? Building a nest egg and being able, I guess, to have the type of security blanket to travel all around the world anyway. You know what I mean? But that's what the expression is. You know what I'm saying? Analyzing, assessing, and being discriminative, making it make sense pretty much. You know what I mean? And for Pisces, that's in the 7th house. So Pisces is going to be doing a critical analysis of the relationship. And this is going to be more along the lines of a serious relationship that comes to terms and agreements. You know what I'm saying? 7th house stuff. Might be the significant other, truly, like the actual partners, if you're poly, you know what I mean? Whatever floats your boat. You understand what I'm talking about? Or this could just be work-related, period. Just business-related, period. You know what I'm saying? But fostering and nurturing relationships, but with a critical eye. You know what I'm saying? Also saying, well, if I'm in a relationship with you, Cancer, how good is it? What needs changes and what will be changed, can be changed, because Virgo is mutable. You know what I mean? Virgo is also about servicing. How can I service my lover? You know what I mean? In a better way or in a different way, because it's mutable. It gets to changing sometimes. You gotta switch it up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So this is where Pisces is at, So if you want to know where the Pisces thoughts is at, this is where the Pisces thoughts is at. You know what I mean? But also communicate, their influence to communicate, learn, and process the information where their focus is as well. So they could pretty much be thinking about how a better sex life could be with you, Cancer, and therefore they're looking at how the relationship could be, should be, will be. You understand what I'm talking about? That's on a Mercury level. So now let's get to the next planet, which is the planet Venus. Planet Venus influences money, harmonious interactions, and attraction. So for Cancer, for you, it's in your third house as well, in the sign of Virgo. So this means, who are you attracting to your community, right? And if it's not in your immediate physical community, is it your online community? What and who are you attracting? And are you able to interact with them? See, this is something I'll be leaving out sometimes. So when I discuss the difference between, I don't discuss the difference between Mercury and Venus. Just because Mercury represents communication, it doesn't mean interaction. Most of the times when you express from a mercurial standpoint, you're really expressing your ego, because I told y'all, Mercury is the sun's assistant. It's really processing information and communicating on what it's focused on, because it's so close to the sun, and it always remains so close to the sun. So it's really speaking about self. You know what I mean? Interaction, on the other hand, this is why you can get into quarrels when you call someone and you just be like, y'all back and forth, and you're just like, yo, I'm not on that. And I'm not on that. And it's just like, why not? Because your focus and concentration is in two different houses. That's why the intent and the result is different. But when it comes to Venus, this is where you're putting differences aside and you're saying, how can we come together? How can we do this together, right? A lot of this comes with physicality as well, like physical interaction. However, when you choose to communicate with someone on an interactive level and you're looking to come to terms, this is what Venus is about. You understand what I'm saying? So money is involved a lot in the times when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? Now, Cancer, you can look at this in the form of the expression of Virgo, like I said before, and Venus falls in Virgo. So you want to be assessing who you're spending money with, the exchange, and not only that, right? The exchange that you have with people. And I say people with you instead of just Pisces, Cancer, because we're talking about your third house here. So your expenditures with people, how does it impact you? Does it give back? Because Venus is reciprocal. You understand what I'm saying? And if it's not, if it's shortchanging you in life and you can feel it, you're going to analyze, you're going to identify it now, because it's in the sign of Virgo. You're going to be giving this a critical eye and say, yo, you know what? I need to deal and interact more with the people who replenish me, who fill me back up. You understand what I'm saying? I give, they give back. I give again, they give back. I need to be in those relationships more, because this other stuff, me interacting with a myriad of different people, is not replenishing me at the level that I give. You understand what I'm saying? So that's where Cancer is at right now. So Pisces, that's what I'm looking for them to be deciphering. You know what I'm saying? And for Pisces, this is in the 7th house. So Pisces is also going to be looking at who they attract. And if the people that they're attracting, especially significant others, lovers, this could be you, Cancer, is it worth it, right? Is there some type of agreement that we're in that makes some type of wealth? And if it is, kudos to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Expand on that. But if it isn't, why not? Why are y'all not trying to move on that type of level? Pisces is going to fall more on you. But you got to remember at the same time that your Cancer is going to have a lot of interactions dealing with the community. So y'all might have to effectively do this online if y'all are not in the same community. You see how that works? Got to get in the online community in order to meet on the same mutual level. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? So for Pisces as well, are you attracting this Cancer? You know what I'm saying? And I can give you a real world example of how I'm actually attracting Cancers right now. So I can confirm this and say, yeah, I'm actually attracting Cancers. So that would signify or identify, okay, well, Cancer energy alone, I'm not even going to nail it down to the actual individuals, but Cancer energy alone is significant as far as partnering and having a partnership. You understand what I'm saying? But that's the result, the intent and the result for me as a Pisces, and the Pisces that are also watching this. You know what I'm saying? Again, for Cancer, it's going to be relative to their community. And you will see again how this spills over into the fostering. It's still based upon focusing on concentration on relationships though. You know what I mean? Balanced, harmonious, interactive, loving relationships. But you'll see how the Venus effect, meaning the actual interaction, takes place and rolls over when the 30th comes. Venus goes into Libra on the 30th. So the expression of Libra interaction, solidifying a contractual agreement and stuff like that, the harmonious stuff, you're going to see how that spills over and takes place when the 30th comes, should you do this effectively, you two? You understand what I'm saying? Great information right here. It just feels harmonious. It just feels great. Let's get into Mars, though. So Mars, oh, by the way, I'm not doing transitional planets anymore in these horoscopes. Don't be mad at me, y'all. It's more simple to do it this way, and it keeps you focused and harnessed on personal stuff with the personal planets. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to Mars. Mars influences what? Action, things that you want to protect, people that you want to protect, everything you want to protect. Desire and urgency, a sense of urgency, right? Mars is where you're going to be taking action at quickest because of what you determine to be essential, right? So Cancer for you, sign of Gemini, which is it's the 12th house for you. I'm sorry. My apologies. It's the 12th house for you, Cancer. So Gemini is the expression, right, of where this influence to take action and desire is at. You know what I mean? It could be sexual or whatever the case may be. But keep in mind that Venus is the actual clap cheek planet. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes two to tango. You know what I mean? You might be finger banging yourself, shorty, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Whatever, gender, make it fit how it fit. This is real stuff, so don't be all twisting your face up when you hear me talk like that. It just is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But the influence for Mars to do that is going to be expressed in the sign of Gemini, so it might just be through writing, right? You might have these desirable thoughts that you have, and you want to say, I want to put it down and then see if this person wants to do an OnlyFans with me or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be one of those, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to have somebody to come to terms with that stuff that you want to do. Mars is about a solo act, you know what I'm saying? I want to put your ears, your legs in the air and split you apart like a wishbone and all. Like, you're like, oh, where you want to do all that? Somebody got to agree to that, though. You know what I'm saying? So, like I was saying, the Gemini sign is going to be expressive in writing, learning, or connecting. You can just be connecting thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I got an idea to do this. I got an idea to do that. And the intent for Cancer actually doing this is going to be for Pisces type stuff, 12th house stuff, confidential information. It might be some behind the scenes bed pleasures type stuff going on. Okay. It could be something related to government relief or charitable events or the actual obtaining charity from a government grant of some sort. You understand what I'm saying? Connecting thoughts and ideas based upon that. But this is the intent and the result that's going to come from Cancer's actions. I'm a Pisces. I'm going to be looking at them to do that for these potential reasons. Also, foreign lands. 12th house rules over foreign lands. So Cancer, if you weigh across the world, you could be looking at how communicating on this level, on a desirable level, and having a sense of doing this from a sense of urgency as well. You know what I mean? Or you might want to protect your future. You might want to protect your security blanket. You might want to protect your nest egg for later. So let's say a bank over in a different country got a higher interest rate and something was going on in your country, you might want to put some money over there, therefore you could secure something. You know what I'm saying? Because 12th house rules over foreign land. So make it fit in how it's supposed to fit in. Or you might just be communicating in a way that is secretive and confidential information. I don't know. Yeah, OnlyFans is I'm just saying, it's a great way to express this, right? You could reach people on the other side of the world, but it's like discreet. You understand what I'm saying? It's behind the scenes. It's confidential information. Everybody's not privy to that. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, community, sometimes it's online communities. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? Now, Pisces, on the other hand, got Mars inside of Gemini, which is in a 4th house. So Pisces is going to be putting their energy into using the same expression, communicating, connecting thoughts. So Cancer, if they could connect thoughts with you, like I said, 12th house rules over foreign lands, right? They may be thinking of a way that they can actually get you a second residency where they're at. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want some long distance type shit. Because Pisces energy is going to be put into stuff that's 4th house related. You understand what I'm saying? Domestic life, a nest egg, which you're focusing on right now anyway, right? Pisces is actually putting energy into doing right now, taking action into doing right now. So you see how y'all can connect on that level and then make it all work and assemble all of these parts. So that's what I got for y'all, Pisces and Cancer. Enjoy this Libra season. Remember, it's about harmony. It's about balancing, So if there's friction, it ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm out.